Here are my comments for the record regarding the harms of COVID. I personally saw my old startup business in carbon sequestering hemp building materials fail, which ought to have been of great interest in people, and that my credit fail, despite having worked on building it for years. It was a startup, there was no relief. Left out of family events, I was targeted by hostile Vermonters, and I was censored out of the gubernatorial election process. I recognized all of it for what it was, a pre-planned attack on the rights and peace of the people based on lie after lie after lie. The players who acted out this attack are liable still for their complicity, evidenced by the base hypocrisy to allow mandates of any subcutaneous medical intervention on any part of the Vermont population while absolving themselves from the same, as government did. The actions of those that supported and promoted the falsehoods of COVID, resulting in the greatest transfer of wealth from the middle and lower classes to the elite, harms to the people that are yet and still not faced publicly, trespass of unalienable rights to free and warrantless search, amount to treason and RICO activity on the part of the government, with collaboration with private corporations in the military-industrial complex. We, the people, observed that the entire world could stop on a dime and coordinate the assault on the people, thus ending the facade that current wars are anything organic. Rather, these two are implemented to cause further transfer of power and control of the global community, with complete disregard for the suffering or for the climate, their current excuse and fear-mongering for extraction. I am thankful that the network of politicians in service to the deep elite, rather than to the duty of protection of the rights of their people, as is their sworn duty upon collecting pay for their office, have revealed themselves. For there is a mighty comeuppance about, nationally and globally. Merely for violating the Nuremberg Code, they have vacated their claim to lawfully execute their position. So, because their loyalty is to a deep elite whose gatekeeping exists in pedophilia and horrific acts against innocence, their loyalty is of no use to us, the people invested in goodness, collaboration, and healing. We, the people, in a multitude of ways, are removing their might, addressing their plunder, and disbanding their false authority, using lawful tools, and we shall prevail. We shall organize ourselves for the repair of our souls, communities, and lands, and I speak it, and so it shall be. By failing to admit their mistakes and their own harms, these actors describe their full participation with the attack on the global people. The PCR test was fraudulent, never peer-reviewed before use, and post-launch was peer-reviewed as fatally flawed. Additionally, it was delivered at 40 cycles, which would create false positives everywhere, which were used to pump up the fears news cited these falsehoods. The flu was quietly retired, and this bad actor posing as our current governor coerced and guilted our gut half people can run through it, guilted people into doubting their suicide, into doubling their suicide rates, leaving their elders to die alone, and harming the emotional, educational, and psycho-spiritual progress of children, while advancing the whims of the drug cartel, which operates the public schools as factory farms for profit. I'll finish. I want to thank you all for being so collect, because we are now 100% collectively motivated to repair long-standing evils of the deep elitist management of public schools. Thank you.